On this week's World of Saltwater Fishing, I have the Mark 6 off of Key West in the fabulous Florida Keys, but we have a very small weather window. Find out what it's going to take to adapt and catch fish in a short period of time. Stay tuned.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing. Big fish don't stand a chance.
Here we were at the Perry Marina in Key West with about a 4, maybe 5 hour weather window to go out and catch some fish. Afterwards, the wind was predicted to go up to around 30 knots, and it wasn't going to look good for about 3 or 4 more days. So, what to do to catch fish? Joining me, Diego Toyran and Armani Garcia.
We started looking for the migratory blackfin tuna that normally this time of year, right around Halloween, they move in every year.
Just south of Key West, before we hit the first wreck, there's a pretty well-known spot called the Rubble Pile, a spot that many years ago they threw different debris from different construction sites and whatnot in about 200 foot of water. And there's enough debris down there that it holds a pretty good amount of fish throughout the year.
So we charge out to the first wreck, and you're reading the structure to try to find the blackfins. That was going to be our goal on these wrecks. And there was a lot of life on these structures, with the exception of blackfins. But we decided, let's give it a workout, see what's happening. Down below were a lot of toothy fish, and Diego happened to catch a small king on his jig.
Looking for tunas.
If you're taking a guess, what are you guessing?
Yeah, Jack.
Runner?
Yeah.
Big runner? Here it comes. What do we have at this time here?
Oh,
You got the...
mackerel. The king. Little king.
Yeah, you do.
Well, he's a king mackerel. They have to be 24 inches. We'll see what he is. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, he finally got almost.
Got him, though.
Proved you had a lot of those fish down there were just eating those jigs right off. So Armani drops down and he hooks up solidly, and that rod bends, and he's in a heck of a fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the AJ. That's the AJ, brother.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
What does it feel like, AJ?
I think so, man. It's a strong fish.
It is very strong fish. If any consolation, we're off the wreck.
Yeah. Oh. Here he comes, George. Big cuda with the wrong flavor.
And a big
I'm
one.
surprised you held on to him.
Tell you what, he's pretty good size.
That's a monster cuda. Get the rod out. Look at the size of that. That's a tank.
Check that out.
That is a tank.
Yeah, that's a.
Oh, give me a little mug shot here. You gotta hand this thing up here. It's a pretty big size barracuda. So Armani pulls in this monster barracuda, okay? And one of the biggest cudas I've seen in quite some time. Photographed it, videoed it, the whole bit, and sent it back on its way.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by Penn. Let the battle begin. Mako. You'll find them where the fish are. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Your adventure starts here. Mercury Marine. Go boldly. George, we'll be right back.
With a slow pick in the Atlantic wrecks off Key West and the Florida Keys, and thoughts of switching over to yellowtailing, Armani hooks up once again. So with that, we bounced around different wrecks just trying to find any blackfins, which were scarce. And but there was a lot of activity, and we still dropped down And Armani hooks up again on his monofilament spin outfit and brings in a beautiful yellow jack.
Diego, how come you're letting him hook all the real big ones?
Telling you. I'm gonna get on his side now.
I'm telling you. I don't think he's gonna let you in that corner.
Oh, there he goes.
There goes the run, huh? All right, were you on the bottom, midway up? Where were you?
You know, he was about 50 foot off the bottom.
You're one of the few people I know that actually do this jigging on wrecks using monofilament rather than the braid line.
Yeah.
Now, why is that?
You know, the monofilament has a bit of stretch to it. And in some cases, when these fish, they decide to take a quick, hard run, that little bit of stretch is really forgiving, and it helps you keep that fish on the hook. You know,
I can't
come. Oh, nice yellow jack. Nice yellow jack.
I got a net. Let me get a net.
We got sashimi here, fellas.
Hang on, is he hooked well?
Pretty fish. He's barely hooked in the lip. Oh, sorry. Get him back to you.
That's what I want to hear.
Nice, George.
I know what you're going to be cooking up later for us.
Oh, yeah. Some sashimi here.
Take your catch.
Well, we got a good one here, George. He's not tuna, but we'll take him.
And he wanted to catch a blackfin or cirro mackerel or a yellow jack, and he wanted to make poke with it. He had all the ingredients in the boat, and that was going to be our lunch. So he was very happy when we brought this yellow jack in and put it on the ice.
So we decided to wrap it up and shoot west to see if we could get on some nice yellowtail action. That's typically where I like to take my charters when we go for yellowtail, is on the reef out west.
Let's charge west. Let's go on the hook and do some yellowtailing. We pushed through a couple light rain showers, so whereas we had some nice calm water when we were hitting the wrecks, as we got down to our spot, we were looking at a good 2 to 4 with a crisp wind on it now. That was starting to build up. So, was that weather window starting to close on us earlier than expected? Let's get on the hook, get the chum bag out, let's start getting some yellowtail in this boat.
So right away we got on the hook, and Armani took us to a great area where he normally takes his charters. And right away, we deployed the chum, and they came right up. We're looking for that big one further back. Sometimes they get behind the smaller ones, so we're playing with that. We're looking for that big boy. What you got there, George?
Yellow, what it is. And it's an incoming right now.
We got some table fare. That's what we needed. We had to secure the pokey. And we didn't do it with this. We did it with something else coming up soon.
The Perry Hotel Key West is a casual yet well-appointed resort with 5-star service and amazing dining. Whether it's a poolside snack at the Salty Oyster Dockside Bar and Grill or a cook-your-catch dinner at Matstock Island Kitchen and Bar. There's even a couple must-do local restaurants right around the corner on Stock Island. Rustica's for fine Italian fare and the famous Hogfish Grill. When visiting the Perry, you'll find my Mark 6 docked downstairs at the adjoining marina.
George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by Simrad, never settle. Rapala holds the world record for world records. Suffolk's always use the best line. Starbright Boat Care Products, blending technology with performance since 1973. George, we'll be right back.
It's back to yellowtailing west to Key West in the Florida Keys. I'm with Diego Toyran and Armani Garcia, and our weather window is closing rapidly.
Now you get guys like Diego and Armani. And Diego in particular, after his stint as a firefighter, he did a lot of commercial fishing for yellowtailing and groupers. So these guys, both of them, have this all down to a science. Tons of chum, very light leaders, making everything flow back at the same rate as that chum, and just having fun. And it was like anytime you could free line a bait back, you were on.
And about as fast as you can get anything in the water. Almost like fishing in a stocked trout pond or something.
This one's a keeper. He's a little close. We'll let this one go.
Yeah. He was a little bit better, but he's still 11 and a half. We're going to let him go.
You had doubles, we had triples, and that's the way this whole pace kept going. It was catching nonstop.
So yellowtailing was hot. We caught plenty of yellowtail, but they just weren't quite the right size. Instead of spending more time and looking for another hump to find these yellowtail, we decided that we were gonna try something a little different. We had weather approaching us, and I told George I had just the idea to put some fish on the table and something specifically to get that pokey going.
So the other part of what we wanted to do was something just a little bit different, run into Hawks Channel itself and start trolling these small Rapala lures, swimming lures, over the shallow rocks and reefs inside Hawks Channel.
These plugs work great anywhere from 5 feet of water out to the edge of the reef, on 50, 60 foot of water. We typically troll ones that dive down from 3 feet to 20 feet. Today, the top water plugs were the key.
We started trolling the Rapalas. Right away, we get a hit. It was a yellowtail snapper. Pretty much the same size we were catching on the reef. We brought him in, released him, and all of a sudden George, on that side, he gets what we were looking for. Yellow jack. Oh, that's the one.
Nice one, George.
That's the one. And I'm out of the water, George, so you got to get that one.
Oh my, this thing just woke me up like no tomorrow.
Nice.
What, a big yellow jack?
I think so.
You got the net?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a yellow jack.
Oh yeah, you can surf them up.
You mean more ceviche?
Here he comes. He's not gonna be surfed anymore. Gotta work him up now. Here he comes. What a yellow
nice.
jack.
Nice.
Nice yellow jack.
You hear your Hawks Channel. Just taking it easy, coming in here, throwing these little small Rapalas, light tackle, dodging the rain a little bit in here, but just goes to show you some of the good fishing you can do just going light, just having fun.
Hawk Channel is a navigable nearshore belt spanning along the Florida Keys Atlantic side. Averaging 10 to 30 feet deep, its assorted rocks and patch reefs provide habitat and foraging zones for numerous marine species. The cooler waters of winter see an influx of ballyhoo into Hawk Channel, and in turn, snappers, groupers, mackerel, and other species. Best bet, troll small swimming plugs across structures and around bait being preyed upon.
And artbypasta.com from Catch to Canvas Rendering.
Catch the canvas, baby.
Mercury Performance Stats, Key West, Florida Keys. Seas, 2 to 3 feet. Power, triple Mercury Verado V10 400 horsepower outboards. Props, Mercury Revolution X 25-inch pitch. Total miles, 90. Consistent cruise, 3,800 RPMs. Speed, 40 miles an hour. Total fuel burn, 82 gallons.
The high horsepower performance of Mercury's V10 400 horsepower Verado outboards is attributed, in part, to their naturally aspirated 5.7 liter block, which delivers exceptional torque throughout their entire operating range. A prime example of the torque increase were the 21-inch props on the inline 6-cylinder 400 horsepower Verados previously on the Mark VI. The new V10 Verados are now paired with 25-inch pitch Revolution X props. Top end speeds also increased along with overall fuel economy. The 695-pound outboards can make their horsepower on 87-octane fuel.
We'll be right back. George Poveromo's World of Saltwater Fishing is proudly brought to you by the Florida Keys and Key West. Come as you are. ACR, the leader in marine safety electronics. Papa's Pilar Artesian Crafted Rum. Never a spectator. VMC, your expert in hooks. Art by Pasta, real life art. Visit artbypasta.com.
Trolling these plugs is not something that you typically see done here in the Keys. But through my years of guiding, I've found it very effective, especially when the bite is not quite right on the reef, the current's a little off. You could really make great use of these trolling plugs.
So we pulled up the Simrad, and you had the C-map reveal, and you had their high definition bathymetric chart, and you see such a vivid outline of Hawks Channel, in the exact spots that you wanted to troll over.
And guess what? The zero mackerel showed up.
A mackerel, look. Oh, we got a nice zero on this one too.
Oh, wow.
That is a nice zero. Wait a minute, it's a sure thing here. Get him in. All right, there you go. Good. With a free hand, grab that pliers and unhook the Rapala.
Captain?
Hawks Channel coming alive.
Something interesting about the yellowjacks is they're a schooling fish and they stay pretty tight knit. So when we catch one, you'll see 3, 4, 5, or 6 follow up the other ones, and they'll follow those fish right up to the boat. A lot of times giving the other anglers on the boat a chance to catch one or even the whole school sometimes.
The yellowjack came and ate him.
Oh,
look.
yeah. Oh, yellowjack!
Right here, look.
Yellowjack's eating them.
He's a big one, too.
There you go, reel yours behind. There might be
got
more
upgraded
behind
there,
him.
George.
Huh?
You got upgraded.
In a good way.
Yeah. Oh, man, what a sight that is.
Went from cloth to leather in like 2 seconds.
Wow, I got the net when you're ready.
All right.
We call it
Oh, they're going behind, Diego. Throw behind this one.
The school's right behind him, Diego.
Throw right behind there, cast.
Right next to him.
Let's net him. And he's an inbounder.
There's the other one hanging with him. Right here, Diego. Oh, he just came out.
Throw
back there.
out there fast so you can and reel it in fast. Hey, he's hooked up.
Nice one,
Diego's hooked
Diego.
up.
Yeah.
About time, Diego.
There we go.
Just flip him in.
Bring him in. Come over here, Diego. You know what?
Look at
I
that.
don't mind telling you, mine's bigger.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll even
Right.
give you 3 feet, aim it at the camera more. I'll come back here, mine's still bigger. Okay.
This time. We're not done yet. Oh boy. There goes those Rapala X-Wraps again.
Deadly.
They are deadly. George said it. I got a bigger one. And there he came. He landed him. He landed the biggest one of the day. And I'm sure we would have kept on fishing. There would have been a lot more. But George says, that's it. We got dinner. We got pokey.
ACR Electronics just introduced the latest advancement in electronic flares. The Rescue Flare Pro electronic boat flare incorporates SOS distress signaling technology by utilizing red, orange, and cyan LEDs combined with an infrared component. The result is a high level of visibility and substantial burn time. With its accompanying daytime distress flag, ACR's Rescue Flare Pro is certified to meet applicable United States Coast Guard requirements, allowing them to be carried in lieu of traditional pyrotechnic flares in the United States.
So we trolled the plugs for quite a bit, and we did very well. We caught all the fish that we needed that day. We wrapped it up as we were still in the middle of quite a rainstorm, and I knew a beach that wasn't far away. I took George and set up something special with those yellowjacks.
The heck with going into Publix and buying all the boar's head meats and everything, which we had, because once he puts out that fresh fish, you know, the boar's head's gonna stay in its package.
We filleted the yellowjacks, beautiful white meat, and I wanted to do something a little different than a traditional ceviche, so I wanted to do a poke today. I had a great mix of scallions, sesame oil, ponzu sauce, and a great treat on the boat. And you know, when you're on the boat, you don't have everything you have in your kitchen, so again, we made it work. We mixed it in a Ziploc bag. George had some solo cups, and we had a great feast on the boat, and we didn't feel like we were missing out on anything.
And we made this little weather window work in our favor, and to cap it off, it was definitely the yellowjack pokey that just made a sensational trip that much greater. And a quick run in, that we were all tied up at the Perry, tidying up the Mark 6. Here's this wind coming up the whole bit, you know. At that point, who cares? We made our weather window work, and it worked in our favor this time.
Well, another great day here in the Florida Keys. We ended the day, you know, we didn't catch, like the blackfin tuna, they didn't show up, but it's okay. We made it up with the yellowjack and the pokey. So we picked up and beat the weather window. I mean, we got lucky. And sometimes that's the way it works out. Either you get in time or it catches you, get a little wet, but it's okay. You make the best of it.
The beauty of Key West is that, for the most part, if you have some weather moving in, you have opportunities to fish, depending on what wind direction is going on at the time. You have the Gulf side, you have the Atlantic side, you've got the lee of certain islands, and there's usually a place that you could fish. So if you're in a weather window situation, for the most part, you better hope it's in Key West, because more times than not, you're going to sneak through that weather window, as we did. And Key West, without a doubt, shined brightly because of its fishing opportunities.
If you're a fan of our show, keep up with our adventures by following us on social media. I'm on Instagram at George Poveromo, and on Facebook, go to facebook.com/George.Poveromo. You can also watch your episodes at any time on YouTube at George Poveromo TV. We'll see you on the water.